Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We won 2-1 against West Ham in the first game of the Premier League Summer Series, and pre-season is pre-season. That is how I see it. The wins that we have in pre-season is only good for morale, team spirit, confidence, etc. In terms of the more important factors when it comes to pre-season, match fitness, match sharpness, match rhythm, creating links between teammates, ensuring that certain patterns of play are, perfected, and of course, certain defensive actions can also be perfected in order for us to be a much better Manchester United than what we have been in previous seasons. Bruno Fernandes certainly continuing to be our main man again, getting the two goals. And the first one, it was a penalty. Let's be 100% honest about that. And of course, the second goal, Bruno being Bruno. What a wonderful finish from outside the box, showing his quality, even in a preseason game. But it is the other players that also impressed in this particular game. Mateus Cunha showing why we bought him, once again showing his qualities, being able to dribble with the ball, even under pressure, two, three players trying to get the ball off him. It's not that easy. He seems to beat players, he seems to drive forward quite comfortably, and that gives Manchester United another attacking dimension. You have Bruno Fernandes, very, very good at unlocking, a team's defense. And then you have Mateus Cunha, who's able to also break down defenses in his own particular way. And that provides us with more opportunities for goals to be scored. Hoyland himself had a decent performance. He had opportunities to score. And again, it's pre-season. The chances that he missed, of course, it is questionable. Again, you wonder why he's still missing these chances. But again, there was a bit more threat from him. You could see the pacing behind is something that Amorim wants to make use of. You can see that his movements are improving. But again, if this is what we see in this first half of the season, Hoyland not putting away the chances that is being created for him or the chances that he creates himself, if that does end up happening, then of course Hoyland will still be a player that we need to go and sell. And who knows, he might still be sold before the end of the transfer window. But again, that will come down to if teams across the world do want him, not just in Italy. But again, it was a good performance in terms of the way we played. You could see there were attempts for one touch passing, which allowed for us to play at a higher tempo. The likes of Ugarte and Mainu certainly had a very good performance in midfield, to the point that people are wondering why they cannot be our starting midfield. That was how good the two of them played together. You could see Mainu was being more of the box to box, trying to link up play between defense and midfield in the midfield. And of course, Ugarte being that aggressive number six, where he wins tackles in defense, and also when we are pressing high, winning the ball up high. One of the goals we scored came from Ugarte being part of the high press, which was very, very impressive and showed an improvement in how we press when we do not have the ball, especially from the front when the team is trying to play it from the back. There were moments where we executed it quite well, and one of those moments, Ugarte won the ball, nutmegged two players on his way to passing the ball to Ahmad, who was offside, but still wonderfully finished it off. And again, if it wasn't offside, it's a wonderful goal because of how we pressed, winning the ball up high, and of course, creating opportunities from those high pressure situations. So there have been improvements. You can see the team is playing better, but again, pre-season is pre-season. This is what I'm going to keep repeating, because of how you can certainly lose a bit of control, lose your head for a bit in how you see your team, and in this case, obviously, we're talking about Manchester United, how they play. Because we can have super performances throughout the preseason, but when that first Premier League game comes against Arsenal and we end up losing, playing badly, looking like last season, then who cares about winning the Premier League Summer Series or scoring 6 to 7 goals a game in the preseason? Those things don't matter. It is the business that matters at the end of the day. That first game against Arsenal, we must be ready. We have to be not just 100% match fit, because it won't be possible. Even Arsenal's players won't be 100% match fit. But we have to be ready for that game. we have to start the season not like a house on fire. We definitely have to start the season well. We need to put in good performances to give ourselves a very good foundation and a good base to have a good season. We're only playing domestically, so perhaps the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup does become important for us in terms of wanting to win a trophy. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the Premier League. I'm not saying we are going to go and challenge for the Premier League, but anything is possible. You see how it is a benefit to play one game a week and having more training time. And that is why you could see certain aspects in the way we play against West Ham were being improved upon. The pressing, how we are in a defensive shape, how we manage to play the ball quickly, whether trying to play it from the back or playing from that second phase when the ball was launched up all the way to Hoyland, who I did say had a decent performance because there were moments when he was very good in the link-up, laying it off for the likes of Bruno, Ahmad, etc., for us to orchestrate a move to go forward. By him being that point after the ball is cleared to him or a ball from the defense is played straight up to him. So, again, pre-season is pre-season. We simply have to take it with a pinch of salt in terms of the wins, but again, focus on the performances, focus on the way we play. Look at those type of small, intricate details when you are also just trying to enjoy these friendly matches as to what they ultimately are. But thank you for joining me in today's video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the performance. Let me know what you thought about Cunha. Yes, Mbeumo didn't get to make his debut and he won't be making his debut against Bournemouth as well, which is our next game, simply because he is getting up to speed with his teammates in terms of match sharpness, match fitness, etc. Amorim definitely confirmed that after the game against West Ham. But subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Thank you for those who have already done so. Let's continue to grow the channel. It's only possible through you, of course, who supports me. Have a wonderful day further. Till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.